How you doing this morning, everyone? Uh, John and Geezer. Oh man, what's up? Is the sound okay, guys? And the video? Hey, Mark. Oh, Mark. About that Facebook page. That I'll fix it after this. It's very closed. I'll put it that way. I'll fix it for you though. So no worries. Ah, well, uh, let me tell you what I did yesterday. Uh, Hi, Stefan. Um, I went back and I looked at the Vosseur movements, and I looked at the one with the three hands, and I was going along, and I found another one. Okay, I think it's called the 3002, and it looks identical, but instead of 3.9 millimeters thick, it's 3.7. And I think it's a little wider too, but not by much. And I thought, well, this might be, a little better movement. It may cost a little more, but it's not real money. So we should treat it like it is and see what we can come up with. Um, Hi, Abdul. How you doing? So let me show you. Now, most of you saw this, I think, or a lot of you did. This is sort of a draft I did of what we talked about yesterday. You got the three hands or Breguet hands. Now, the numbers or the fonts that I got from a 1927, I think, German film called Metropolis by Fritz Lang. And the interesting thing about the clocks in that film was that they went from 1 to 10 instead of from 1 to 12, and they were always wrestling with this clock. That was sort of, I think, his take on industrialization or something like that back during that time. And the fonts, I thought, wow, those are really interesting fonts. And so I'll use the fonts. The 6 and the 9 look like squibbles, and the 3 looks like part of it was erased. But anyway, that was and we had talked about doing it with 12, 3, 6, and 9 rather than all of them. Well, we can change any of this. Just, Oh, and then that's the case we talked about with the teardrop, with the teardrop lugs on it, and the this, I think, is a gator stamped leather. I think it is anyway, but it looked pretty good, and so I thought, well, I'll try this. So, hi, Crappy. So let's talk about this. What do you think? Any ideas? Any more ideas you have? Okay, Stefan. People who know about Metropolis. I don't know if it's not like one of the things that everyone's cup of cake, cup of tea, cup of cake, cup of tea, including my own people I know my age. They're not, they don't know it either. But it's sort of like a classic. Hi, Blaine, how you doing? And so okay, all right, Crappy, you like numbers all around or numerals all around. Mark Nagy had an idea of using Edwardian fonts. The thing about it, I like that idea, by the way, but I don't know if they'd go as well with the Breguet hands, but they might go with sort of something a little more elaborate, and which would make it look like sort of really a very elegant watch. I'll put it that way. also to the colors. You can try different things with colors. Hi, Clyde. How you doing? Hi, Tom. Um, it's not everyone's piece of tea. Yeah. Zip. Hey, Sean. Fahrenheit. Okay. Well, anyway, that was one idea. Mark had another one using Edwardian fonts, which are they're very Edwardian. I don't know how else you describe them, but I like them. I mean, there are a lot of fonts. I love fonts, and some I like more than others. One of my favorite font sets is the one on my Vacheron Constantin 1921. That one I like a lot. Hi, Ace Pilot. How you doing? Start with a movement that's close to 1,000. Why not start with like an SW200 and go from there? Ace Pilot, that is certainly a good idea, but this is sort of like how to make sort of an affordable high level one. There have been other companies. In fact, I was looking at some of them yesterday that were startups, and they were doing things. And a lot of them had movements like the Sellita 200W, and some of the other ones like that. They're fine. I mean, and you can really charge hardly anything. And to tell you the truth, I have no idea exactly how much they cost. I'm waiting to hear from. I sent an email in what I call Google French to Messieurs Rutenlanen and Kalen. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But anyway, I'll have to wait and see if they respond, because I talked about all the things we had talked about. We wanted in stainless steel, wanted with teardrop lugs, and so on and so forth. So anyway, why not index so there's no numbers on the dial, just indexes? Yeah, that is an option. There, the other thing that I thought was important to some extent is to make this unique in some way. Now, unique doesn't always work. Unique can lead to this, and no one would ever want it. But anyway, there's putting in index, I don't know, markers, I guess, of some sort. That would be an option. I think that dial would need a lot of Guy Loche for that dial design to work. Perhaps so, Clyde. The other thing to keep in mind, though, is that we have an enamel dial, and I just don't know whether Guy Loche goes with enamel dials. It may. It's something I'm not aware of, though. I've seen Guy Loche on mother of pearl. I've seen it on, of course, on metal and all kinds of other things, but I'm not sure that they have it for enamel. I'm just not sure. Let's see. Everything Art Deco could work too, but I like this font a lot. Okay. You got it, Stefan. Okay, crappy ITC Edwardian script. Okay, yeah. Now this is what Mark had, crappy, an Edwardian script. I don't think, though, that you could have an Edwardian script with Breguet hands, and so it'd have to change the hands too. We'll take a look at that. I can make another one of these. This is, boom. Hey, Mazine 44 and Millie Vanilli. Are you familiar with the RGM watch company? Yes, I am, and I like them. Blaine, what's they're sort of unique. Now, remember, one thing, we're talking about starting a company with nobody who has any real skills in watchmaking. Okay, we have pretentious watchmakers like myself, and Roland Murphy, who's the head of RGM, has a lot of talent in watchmaking. He's got content. He's got everything that I know the people that he knows, and they generally have good things to say about him. I mean, other watchmakers and stuff. So he's the real deal as far as watchmakers. Now, whether he rises to the level of some of the real stellar ones like F.P. Jorn or Carrier-Boot and Lonan or the Gronfield brothers, I can't say. But anyway, yeah, he's pretty cool. Keep it plain, Geezer. That's sort of what I thought would be a good starting point. Okay, Stefan, don't think so because the enamel would go into the crevices. Yeah, that's what I think. I don't see enamel with Guy Loche. It's an idea. What do you think about this too? This might also, it's sort of like have no designation on it at all. Or would people think, oh, well, that must be a Moser, or you guys are copying Moser? Okay. All right, Blaine. The reason I mention RGM is they produce custom watches to the customers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do. There are a number of companies that you can go to for that. In fact, the guy that I'm contacting for the enamel dials, I'm hoping that he'll do enamel dials without just an enamel dial. Say, hey, we need an enamel dial with a single. Let me see, where is it? Okay, this is roughly, I don't know exactly what size this is, and I think that, but what you need, this is all you need, something with one hole in it, because we're using center seconds. Put enamel on here and Bob's your uncle, except Bob had better have some enameling skills. Hey, Tom, what tool watches do you rate and respect? Tom, I'm probably the worst person on earth to ask that question because I'm really not into tool watches. And my idea of a tool watch would be, I don't know, something like, but even this isn't, this is too interesting to be a tool watch. A tool watch is like, let me think. That would be a good, I know. Yeah, there are tool watches and they're office watches. An office watch to me is something a little nicer, but very dependable and you can use every day and it'll keep good time. Something like a Harboring True Felix. That's my ideal if you're talking about tool watches. If you're talking about some tool watches, in fact, I think most tool watches people expect more than that, okay? They have, for example, you take an Oyster Perpetual, a Rolex Oyster Perpetual, nice plain watch. That would be sort of almost a prototype, but of a tool watch. But people want something a little nicer, like an Explorer 2 with a dual time, or they want a Submariner for some reason. I don't know what they are. I'm not into tool watches. Good morning, Lee. How you doing? Okay. What else is going on here? Let's see. Your numbers are quite close to Glashütte original 60s numbers. James, if that's true, it's because Glashütte original numbers are close to the ones from Metropolis. But you're right. That's and that's probably one of the reasons I like the 60s style. But this is they have a whole lot more. Hi, Dr. A and B. If the dial were to be black, I would recommend a lacquer finish. But both enamel and lacquer are time consuming to produce and can be expensive. Yeah, this was one of the things. That's a good point, Blaine. When we talk about expensive, we're first of all talking about a small run, not a lot of them. 25 watches. Okay, this is we'll call it the 25 watch company. They're gonna put together 25 good watches and see how it goes. And if it goes well, maybe they'll do 25 more. This is not a. I think for people who are B school graduates, they're going to say what. So forgive me for that. Hi Mahita, hi Matiha. How you doing? Seiko 5 is a real tool watch. Yeah, I love my Seiko 5. My Seiko 5 is I it's a jumper watch. I call it jumper watch. And the reason I call it a jumper watch, uh, there are these people who have to clean out the inside of these nuclear reactors or something, and they put them in all of these hazmat suits, and they go in there and they clean up the insides of the things, and they're called jumpers, which is the worst possible job. So my Seiko 5 as a jumper watch comes out okay. Okay, pure creamy white enamel dial, blue Breguet hands, and elegant script numerals. Perfect starting point. Okay, that was pretty much what we're trying to do. Also, too, I was trying to get a little uniqueness in, and while no matter what font or what hands you're going to use, there's going to be some other one like it somewhere. Okay, Tom. It's like it doesn't matter what people are into, really. I mean, if it makes them happy, that's the best watch in the world. If you give somebody, I don't know, an expensive Patek Philippe, let's say, and they're really not into that, you give them a really nice Calatrava and tell them to be careful with it. That's not much fun. Tim Burton would buy this watch. Great. Okay. We'll give him a call. Hey, Tim, we got something for you. James C. Hamilton Sea Beaches, and numbers similar to those that was popular then. James 2. 60s Hamilton Sea Beaches. Okay. Making 10 same ones is a trick. I'd go for 25 to get 10. I classed my OP36 as a tool watch. OP. What is OP? I'm missing it. OP is, Oyster Perpetual. Yeah, that's a great tool watch. Yeah, it's an everyday thing. There are a lot of different kinds of things that are called tool watches. Okay, Blaine, for a younger clientele, I would suggest it's 420. Okay, I know that's a code, and I don't know what it means. 420, it means something. Forgot what it is, though. That's another thing too. I think I put out that in the original announcement. What's the what is the audience? Is that maybe we'll put in a 420. We'll have 12, 3, 426, and 9. That might be sort of interesting. Hey, pseudoscientist, that's me. I'm like a girl that picks football teams by color. Okay. Well, we hope this has both of them, because on the one hand, a lot of watch aficionados don't pick their watches by the movement. They get a mystery meat movement and okay, let's see, maybe bigger numerals. That might work. Yeah, OP Oyster Perpetual. Is the Beaumont family still backing us? The Beaumont? Who's the Beaumont family? I don't know that. I know Beaumont watches, and in fact, I've met and talked with Nick English, who's one of the CEOs of it, and very nice guy. But their watches, they could put in, make their own movements, among other things. I'd go for Thumb and Taxis as a sponsor. Okay. Instead, OG 2 12369. Okay. Bremont. I don't know there's the Beaumont family. Now, the family that I wouldn't mind backing me would be the Sandoz family. Back in, I think it was in 1781, Jacques Droz married Marianne, um, not Sandoz, but Sandoz. And so they were going back and forth between Switzerland and Spain, the Sandoz family. And one day, Jacques Droz, the guy named Jacques Droz, married Marianne Sandoz. And I don't know if if the kids are doing today, maybe they're, finance bankers or ditch diggers, who knows? Do you like Jubilee bracelets? Geezer. Yes, I love Jubilee bracelets. Jubilee bracelets are beautiful. I really like them a lot. Okay. Have 1/3 of a dial, 2, 6, and 10. Okay. All right. INS something, Tom. Not many English companies to choose from that I know besides Smiths and Bremont without a huge budget. Yeah, Bremont's makes wonderful looking watches, and everything about them, except for the movement, is fantastic. I think they have, perhaps Bremont has the best cases around. They're really incredible cases. I think they took one to the North Pole or something like that, and heck with Hillary. We'll go to the North Pole with our Bremont. Okay. Bank holiday here in the UK. Oh, good. It's been a bank holiday here for the last, I don't know. I've lost track of time. I really have. Today is what yesterday's tomorrow is, and I have every Friday I always have a video, and I somehow messed up on it. I'm finishing up. Turns out to be a really neat video. I think you guys are going to like it. It surprised me because I found you always I'm always most surprised when I find out stuff I don't know about. Never learned anything new by being right about everything. It's always when I'm wrong. Um, okay, Bremont are putting their watches on people doing extreme things, which is cool for them. Yeah, I agree, Tom. Yeah, they have. The thing is, I really like Bremont watches, except for the fact that, I mean, they're doing well. They're not even doing what we're doing. At least we're putting in good movements. I mean, they're using Solitas and stuff like that. And I, they were talking about developing a movement. And, they can even do what Christopher Ward did. They hired some guy and or bought a little movement company or a guy who knew how to make movements in Switzerland, call it the SH21, and that's an in-house movement that Christopher Ward had. Bremont has no such thing. And by the way, too, Christopher Ward's an English company. Hey, you asked holiday here as well. Don't know that today was off, and I was starting to work in my home office. I realized it was a day off. You quit working. Hi, Angelo. Uh, hey, 24. Hey, Al. Basil. Hey again, and trying to design a dial and case. How did you calculate the case dial measurements for the people producing them? I'm running into issues about watch case measurements. That's a good question. What I did, I went to Vaucher. Let me see if I can find it for you. I got it right around here somewhere, and I can put it right up here. Okay. Okay, I hope this isn't going to be too big. Um, rats. All right, I only have the French version. What I did, I copied and pasted the French so I wouldn't make a mistake. Let me see how far this one goes. This may not work, so maybe. There you go. Yep, it's too big. Let me try a smaller hunk of it, and I can give you. This was one I changed to, and it sounded really cool because it's got a some kind. Oh, let me see. Oh, still too much. Here we go. Okay, here's the first part. Okay, now this is what the watch is. What I had done, I had got the English translation, and then I went to this other one, which has 3 hands. That's what aiguille means. And 25 point. I'm not sure what that one is. Let me pull some more down here. Okay. Oh yeah, they have. It also has a double barrel in cereal. Okay, and it won't do it again. Rats. Okay, there's some more parts of it. There was a rumor going around last year that Rolex will stop servicing their quartz timepieces. Oh, rats. I don't have a Rolex quartz. I just got it back from Rolex. Okay, can you guys make heads or tails of that? Because that has most of it. Let me give you some more stuff. Okay, here's some more stuff right here for you. Bingo. And still talking about Rolexes, huh? Okay. Let me see if I can get some more. This may look like a recipe from a French cookbook. See if I can get the whole thing out here. The one thing about it that I'm not crazy about is that it's 4 hertz. The 3 hertz ones are the more expensive ones that they have. And there you go. Thoughts on Les Artisans de Genève and their work. Giza, now that's not the company that FP Journe owns, is it? Because there was some kind of connection between the two, but I'm not sure. You should do a video on the different fonts. Why me? That was the other thing. So I said, you ought to do this and you ought to do that. Why don't you guys do some stuff? I had asked, yesterday we were talking about, yesterday afternoon, we talked about, some people who are artists. I don't have any artistic talents at all. I'm very much a copy and paste guy. And so I found the fonts, I found the hands, I found the case, copied them and pasted. All right. And this is what this is. This is what came out of that. This was actually the case with the band on it was the one from Ophion. if I were Ophion, I'd be mad at me because I took some of their ideas and not the dial, which is they're really into Guy Loche. But well, primarily I really like the case that they have. They are the company that does custom work on Rolexes, like skeletonizing Daytonas. Okay. Then they weren't the ones I was thinking of, and I don't know anything about them. Okay, NS something drew a circle successfully. Yeah, but you can speak and write French, so get to work. Yeah, NS something speaks French. He reads French too, and he pronounces it correctly. But now, if you're a Canadian and you go to Paris and you start speaking French, sometimes. Okay, Angela, you like the hands. Okay, this is what you guys decided. There's a rumor going around. Okay, almost impossible. Okay, maybe a small railway on the dial, Angelo. Okay, but your copy paste skills, yeah, right. Yeah, I get to keep up the work. It's the key word there is work. I need some help from you guys. So if any of you have any, yeah, me too, Lee. Tom, okay, you thought so. All right. Yeah, we got a lot of guys who are talented here, and then they got me. So we do what we can. All right, guys. Well, listen, I got to run. I got to finish. I have this. I think you're going to like it. It's on chronographs, and it's sort of like taking a road less traveled with chronographs. By the way, I didn't mention this. This is my 1972. It's called Vacheron Constantin 1972. This one was from the year 2000. And this is the penultimate model that Vacheron Constantin made for the Prestige de France. Anyhow, guys, thank you all for coming, and thanks for your ideas. I mean, this was really your ideas. The only thing I did on it was grab the font. We can try some different fonts, okay? Everybody be safe, and I'll be back this afternoon at 4, and all of you take care of yourself.